Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. If you're new, I'm Rebecca. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be doing a home decor and DIY project of making fall floral arrangements. I'll be using some dried florals in order to give some nice pops of fall colors and some festive touches throughout the house. I purchased 2 bundles and I plan to divide that out to make multiple different floral arrangements. So follow along while we do this home decor and DIY project of making some fall dried floral arrangements. So here I have 2 bundles of some floral arrangements that I picked up earlier in the year. I wanted to have the best selection, so I went and I purchased them as soon as they became available. They happened to be on sale as well, and I've been setting them off to the side until I was ready to do this project. So now what I'm going to do is open up these 2 bundles, and what I'd like to do is separate my floral arrangements, whether they're fresh or dried, and then I can make my own different arrangements from there. So let's open up these packages and get these separated out. Alright, so now I have the 2 bundles of the dried fall floral arrangements all separated out so that now I can make my own different sized and shaped arrangements. And I'll use these throughout the house. I'll use them on my tablescape this fall for Thanksgiving and the season. And this is a great way to add pops of fall throughout your home. So once I separated the bundles out, I ended up with a nice pile of brown wooden stems, some rust orange, golden yellow, tan, and green wheat, as well as a nice big cluster of this rust orange colored wooden reeds. There's a small bundle of eucalyptus and some dried leaves. These look like an oak leaf. We also have an orange and yellow and reddish oak leaves. And then we have 4 pine cones on a stem, 3 cute little pumpkins on a stem, and a white floral arrangement on a stem. And these petals are actually, they feel like a wood laminate type of material. And off to the side I have a number of different height and shape and size vessels that I plan to use for these various arrangements that I'll make. You'll also notice to the back I have in a picture, that was what I made for my spring floral arrangements. You can check out that video on how to make some spring themed dried floral arrangements as well. And this I actually had on our table throughout spring, and it carried us all the way to early fall. So the bundles had a little brown burlap ribbon, and we'll see if I can incorporate that into some of our arrangements as well. So let's start making some different fall themed arrangements. So what I like to do when I'm doing floral arrangements, whether they're fresh or dried, is whatever vessel I'm going to be filling, I like to place the stem off the edge of the counter or table so I can hold it to the height of where I would like to cut it. Then I know about what height it'll be inside of that vessel. So here I have a teal vintage pitcher. So let me cut these eucalyptus stems down a bit and we can fill the vintage pitcher. Alright, so here is the teal pitcher arrangement. I just used the nice brown with gray accented eucalyptus. This is a really fragrant dried greenery type of sprig, so if you enjoy the scent of eucalyptus candles, you should consider checking out some dried eucalyptus. You can make your own arrangements that have a lovely scent. You can place them throughout your house. This might be great in a bathroom as well. Now I have this cute wicker cornucopia that I might put this on our dining table this year. I think for now this is what I'm going to do with the cornucopia, is use that really bright fall colored leaf sprig here, the small arrangement, and maybe I'll add some smaller pumpkins in here, and then I can have this on the dining table as part of my tablescape for the fall. So I'll place that off to the side here. I wanted to get a nice big vessel to do something tall in order to add some nice fall color on our fireplace, hearth, or maybe someplace where I wanted a little more substantial height for the area. And I was thinking these reeds would be really beautiful for this. So I was able to take some from both of the bundles that I purchased in order to make this nice big bundle here. Has some great orange and golden, and there's some tinges of green in there. I think this would be really nice on our fireplace hearth. Let me place this tall arrangement off to the side here. Let's see what we can put into this vase here. Maybe some nice neutral leaves. I was looking at these branches. This bundle of branches would be really quite nice, just simply tied with this burlap ribbon. You could switch this out for Christmas with maybe a red ribbon and just a real rustic tie. That could be cute, just laid or even hung from the wall. Set this aside. The scissors that I'm using here, this is actually a rose trimming scissors. So it's a nice strong scissors on one end, and back closer to the handle is the circular for really thick rose stems and thicker things you need to cut. And I like to use this for doing floral arrangements, and especially for something like these pine cones on this stick here. This will work nicely to cut it to length. Just like so. These pine cones can certainly be used in the winter for Christmas decor as well. Now we have a nice neutral arrangement with the tan leaf stems, and then I have 3 of the pine cones in there. And these pine cones are mounted on these nice sticks. That works nicely for arranging them. So place that off to the side. Here I have this little wicker turkey I thought was kind of cute. And I saw this last remaining pine cone. I was wondering if it would look cute in there. I don't know. I could do a small little pumpkin in there as well. I think I'm going to cut this down and then it will look like some feathers on the back. Let's see if I can remove it. There we go. There. Simple little wicker turkey there. So maybe what I'll do is I'll remove this arrangement that I liked for the spring and summer and even into the early fall. And I'll gather it up with a rubber band so then it'll be ready to go if I want to use this particular arrangement in the future. And I'll make a new one with these nice fall colored wheat stems here. So now for this final arrangement that I'll probably be making, I'm going to use these various colored wheat stems. I use a similar type of draping foliage as I showed you earlier, and that looked really nice in this picture. So for that I stayed kind of monochromatic, more neutral. For this I'm going to stay with the same looking stem of different colors. And these are some great fall tones here. So when I'm doing arrangements where I have some nice sturdy stems, I like to arrange them and I place them in angles, and I kind of make a little scaffolding, and it makes a nice foundation. You can control the angle of where your stems are lying, and then you can build up around the edges and in between. You can even place some that'll stick up straight if you'd like, once you create that cross hatching of your stems. And that's what I've been doing in this vessel. It's a nice clear picture, and it's actually kind of attractive when you see all the different colored stems in here as well. So let me just finish up this arrangement. I still have a few more of the rust orange, golden yellow, tan, and green wheat here. And there you go. Now we have a nice fall colored wheat arrangement in that same picture that I used for spring and summer. So let me tidy up a little bit and I can show you all the different arrangements that I was able to make with these 2 bundles of fall themed dried florals. All right, well here you have it. We have 7 floral arrangements that we were able to make from those 2 bundles of fall themed florals. These are all from dried florals that I was able to purchase earlier in the season. Now I have an array of different looks that'll add pops of color and fall throughout the home. I still have some stems left over from these bundles as well, which I plan to use when I am setting up the food and along with the buffet and the spread of food for Thanksgiving. A couple of the vintage items I decided not to do floral arrangements in. They were cute on their own. So keep watching and you'll see them where I use them in my fall tablescape this year, where I do a vintage vibes for our fall and Thanksgiving tablescape. So let's take a closer look at the fall floral arrangements that we were able to make from those 2 dried floral themed bundles. So off to the far left, I have a nice neutral and natural arrangement where I have some tan and brown leaves. You can gather leaf stems from your property or yard as well. And I have some pine cones that were in these bundles and they were already affixed to some sticks, so that worked wonderfully for making this arrangement. Now off to the right a little bit, we have our etched glass pitcher, which I filled with 4 different colored wheat stems and has a nice fall themed look to it and has great texture as well. Just behind that, I have a large profile, really tall rust orange with golden tinged reeds. And this will be lovely on our fireplace hearth in order to give a little more of that fall natural feel as well. To the right, I have a wonderfully scented eucalyptus arrangement. This eucalyptus had a nice brownish tan with gray accent, and I thought it went nicely with the teal vintage pitcher. In front of that, I actually took all of the wooden stems and I gathered them together and secured them with a little rust colored burlap ribbon that came with one of the bundles. And I think that has a nice rustic look to it, great texture. And this will work nicely on some place where you just want a really simple arrangement. You could also hang this vertically on the wall, much like you would see maybe a antique or vintage broom that people would have on the wall, or maybe some rug beaters. It'd be a similar type of look. You can also switch up that ribbon for this different seasons, or maybe to match the color scheme in your home. In front of that, I have a cute little turkey wicker. It's a really small little basket thing. I thought it was so adorable, I had to get it. And in that, I put a little pine cone just to give it some more texture and fall flair. And that'll just add a nice whimsical touch somewhere. And finally, to the back, we have a brown wicker cornucopia. I have the more characteristic reds and orange and yellow tinged leaves, and that should have a nice Thanksgiving and fall themed look to it as well. So as you can see, just from purchasing 2 fall themed bundles, I was able to make numerous different arrangements from this. All have a totally different look and feel. They can go in different areas of the home. This was fun to create, and it's a nice little money saving tip to help you get a little more bang for your buck when decorating for the fall and holiday season. If you'd like more inspiration on other home decor, DIY, and money saving tips, be sure to check out those playlists. I have numerous videos on the topics. Well, if you're new to the channel or haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button below and continue to watch my channel, The Home and Homestead, for some more homemade, homegrown, and home style inspiration. And I surely hope that you're having a wonderful day and have a happy Thanksgiving. See you next time. Take care.